Hey everybody, welcome back to the Boo Shakalaka podcast. I'm your host Tiffany and I'm joined by my co-host Pierre.
I have nothing to say. Nothing to say.
Well, this is going to be a very short episode.
I'll have 2 banana daiquiris, 1 mango, a slow gin fizz, 1 slippery nipple, and for me, a screaming orgasm on the beach with extra sugar on the rim. Yum!
Oh, I mean 2 brewskis. Yeah, 2 brewskis with that or whatever he said. I can't remember exactly what he said. Well, happy holidays, Merry Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, really? Merry Christmas, Bon Quisha, all of that good stuff. You know, it's not Christmas until you hear the Bon Quisha song, and I haven't heard. I have to actually actively go search for it now that I no longer live in Mississippi.
Oh yeah, because that's just be on the radio.
It's just a local thing. I might add a little snippet of it in this podcast.
We're gonna go to jail.
Well, probably. Yeah. Copyright infringement on a song by Otis and Bon Quisha. Well, we are here this week for our holiday series, and we are reviewing 2017's Better Watch Out. Wait, don't give me that face. Don't give me that face. Don't give me that face. I can see you, and it's not nice. So I'm going to read the synopsis for this movie. On a quiet suburban street, a babysitter must defend a 12-year-old boy from intruders, only to discover it's far from a normal home invasion. So this really isn't scary. I guess it's kind of like a thriller slasher type of movie. Oh my god, why are you sneering at me?
Because even like all the reviews, all the synopses, they don't tell you what happens. So they're not secret.
Supposed to.
They kept the secret very, very well.
Oh,
did you please tell me you did not drop the wine?
No, I dropped a lamp.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you just drop that red wine on the carpet? Oh my gosh.
How'd you know I have carpet? You trying to say I'm poor?
Is that a poor thing?
No, I'm just kidding. I have carpet.
No, I thought.
Look at my chair. Look at my chair.
Because usually with apartments, if you stay upstairs, they have carpet so you don't make too much noise for your neighbors.
Yeah, I can see that. I guess since this was my pick, I'll go ahead and get into it. So we start in this suburban idyllic neighborhood. It's so beautiful. It's Christmas. I think they're playing Joy to the World. The Lord has come. So they're playing all the Christmas songs, getting you in the mood for the holiday. And we see Ashley, who is our main character. She's driving in the car and she's driving all reckless because for some reason she doesn't know how to talk on the phone and drive. I'm like, it's 2017. We should have had a speakerphone by then, right?
Mm-hmm. Aux cord, Bluetooth.
The little earpiece in the ear. Come on, old man.
Any option.
Yeah, so she's talking to her mom and she tells her mom that she is she has to babysit for the learners tonight, and she literally almost gets in a car wreck, and her mom mentioned somebody named Ricky over the phone, and she's like, no, I'm not going to sneak Ricky in. I'm not going to do that. So we're under the assumption that that's her boyfriend. And basically, you know, she's on her way to babysit this big ass 12-year-old kid. I thought he was 15 when I first saw him. I did not think he was 12 until they said it in the movie. I said, what? So after we meet Ashley, you know, obviously this is our final girl. We got her. And then we skip to the house, the beautiful house, and we see Garrett and Luke. Luke is sitting there reading 10 Ways to Make a Girl Queef from a Cosmo magazine or something of that nature. And Garrett's just like, you're never going to get her. You're 5 years younger than her. And he's like, well, my parents are 5 years apart in age. And he's like, and Garrett's like, you're 12, she's 17. This is never going to work out. And we find that they're talking about Ashley. So Luke has a little childhood crush on Ashley. And he seems like, the sweetest kid. His friend Garrett seems kind of like a rebel. He was the kid that got the shit smashed on his face in What was that movie called? The Visit.
I I didn't see that. What the
Is
I
that
wrote
a
down
Christmas movie?
bad kids, gross teenage boys. Um,
They're
um and
actually tweens. They're not even
and
teenagers.
we're also introduced to his parents. His mom, I wrote bitchy wife, and his dad, I wrote weird pedo husband.
You should have wrote Joe Swanson because that's the guy that does the
That
voice for
is Joe
Joe
Swanson.
Swanson.
That is Joe Swanson. The wife is a complete bitch. I don't know. She accuses her husband of sucking cock, and
That
then
was so weird. Like, who
I was
talks to
like,
their spouse like that?
because he has ornaments, I was like, oh my god.
I
And
mean, the
then
ornaments were trash.
they were
All day.
trash, but damn, like point like 0 to 100. And then he has a
Yeah.
weird obsession with the babysitter too. I don't know if you caught that, but I caught it. And this is my first time watching the movie, and I was like, does he want
She
to?
she knocked on the door and she's like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Lerner," and he's like, "Well, don't you look beautiful?" I'm
And he
like,
was like,
she just looked like a girl. She looked
like
like a little
she ain't got
teenage
nothing
girl.
on. Like she looked like she came from doing laundry, if anything. So I
Hello.
was like, this movie was already turning me off. Y'all, Tiffany can go to hell for this movie. Like,
No,
um,
stop it, stop it, stop
and so
it.
exposition, the babysitter is moving. She's going to college, and she's moving far, far away.
Hmm.
Um, and so the mom is just going over, the basic rundown, even though she's clearly babysat multiple times, and apparently
Right.
the son sleepwalks. So she's just letting him know, give him a sleeping pill, put a pin on the door to know if he like leaves his room, blah 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 blah. Garrett is in the bathroom getting drugs for an
He's
itch.
he's he's taking those sleeping pills.
Yeah.
He tells the mom, "Oh, I'm itchy. Do you got some cream?" She's like, "Yeah, top shelf." First of all, I don't know where any of my shit is in my medicine cabinet. Second of all, let me go back. Zero of all, who the fuck has a medicine cabinet nowadays? These high end apartments have drawers.
I have one.
You the one living in the low income apartment.
And I have that and drawers. And
I hope they clean.
so God, this movie.
So we see Garrett in there stealing the drugs, and we're like, okay, obviously exposition. The mother talked about the sleeping pills. Garrett took the sleeping pills. Maybe they're having a farm party later tonight. They're just going to throw a bunch of pills into a bowl. They're going to take them. That is like the most asinine thing I've ever heard of in my life. Like, I wonder if any kids who have had a farm party before ever got Viagra.
Ooh.
Could you imagine being like 17,
Hi.
18 and just like,
No, I can't, because I always thought they were dumb. I don't know if they still do them though. I feel like they shouldn't, considering, like,
no. I know, me and you both know somebody that does them.
I'm scared because
I'll
so
tell you
we
about
just
it
don't
later.
okay, so we just don't care about the okay. Anyway, I don't know. I saw Painkiller, so I'm not doing it. But so parents leave, they go to the party, they'll be back later. Typical, trope where the parents just what party do you go into that's just anyway. Because most adult parties, I don't okay, whatever. Unless they're going to the
Most
casino.
adult parties are, oh, maybe it was like his work party, his work Christmas party. Those usually tend to be late, depending on where you work. See, I work for the government. We don't get shit like that. The potluck is during work hours. And now that we are in this state of work, we don't get a potluck. We get nothing. Like, good luck, baby.
Yeah.
I might send you a $10 Jimmy John's gift card.
Right. Oh, and they leave pizza money, like, ooh. I hate this movie. And so while they're sitting there and they're like I guess watching scary movies.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, you missed the part. She
Where,
sees a spider in the house and she screams, and then she tells Luke to come get it. And she tells Luke to kill it, and Luke picks it up. He's like, "I wouldn't hurt a fly, baby girl." And he takes the spider and lets it free outside. So you're like, "Oh my god, Luke is the sweetest freaking kid ever." Even though he has some RAPE tendencies, he seems really sweet.
yeah. Then he starts drinking wine.
No, he pops a cork to champagne and starts taking
Oh,
it to the head. Because it's like, obviously, he's not a drinker because champagne tastes like probably that protein shake you just finished, carbonated water. It's not it's strong or anything. It's not like he was drinking wild turkey or anything like that, you know?
Right. Yeah. So he starts drinking champagne. I don't know why they keep leaving the doors open in the house. We just went through this with Scream. Why are y'all leaving the door? Like, they're leaving the door wide open.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold, it's snowing. So I'm like, anyway, she tells him, stop drinking the champagne. And then she gets freaking freaked out by the spider. So she's drinking champagne. He's like, oh, I caught you. Now I can have some too. And I'm like, no, I'm 7. I don't know, but okay. So they're drinking the champagne. They're watching a scary movie. They're chilling. They're cribbing. Then all of a sudden, weird shit keeps happening. Weird noises, weird wind whispers. We're like, clearly something eerie is going on.
Yeah, the phone rings and it's Ghostface.
So we get a knock at the door, and it's this weird pizza man who is like so much taller than the what do you call that? The see-through hole, the glory hole. And
the peephole?
There we go. The peephole. And she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, somebody ordered a pizza. And she's like, I didn't know. We didn't order the pizza yet. And so she's like, look, did you order the pizza? And he's like, no, maybe my dad did. And she's like, oh my God, let me open the door. And so they open the door, and Luke gives him the money. He's like, keep the change. But they ordered like mushrooms on the pizza, and he doesn't like mushrooms, which I wouldn't have taken the fucking pizza, but okay. So they have the pizza, and then he starts flirting with her, and it's all creepy and weird.
It's so gross.
It's just something about, I don't know. It's just, I was never into older people because I felt like they stunk. So
mine was always, so when I was younger, I was into older people, but they were always celebrities. They were always unattainable people. It was never somebody down the street. It wasn't. My first crush was Bobby Brader. So, but I didn't realize, because I was watching Nick at Night, so I thought Bobby Brady was the same age as me, because I didn't realize that Bobby Brady from the Brady Bunch. So I thought he was my age. I didn't realize the Brady Bunch was like old at that time. We're going to move past this, and we're never going to talk about it again. So no, but yeah, he had braces. Nobody likes Bobby Brady. You're fired.
It's Nick at Night. I don't know what to tell you.
Anywho, give you your severance papers. Here she come. Here come Nola being a part of the scene.
I'm so sick of this dog. Just close the door. And so he's just flirting with her, very weird, and he's like giving all these wait, baby. He's like very Johnny Bravo. Like, that's the best way I can describe it.
But Ashley fucks up because she tells him,
you bored?
You heard her?
No, I was like, oh God, like, y'all talk about this shit.
She told him, if I were your age, I'd date you. You do not say that to people.
That is weird flirting. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just anyway. And so that's when he tries to like kiss her. He tries to kiss her in a very aggressive way. He tries to grab her face. Yeah, and I'm like, and she's like, ah! So, she's like, dude,
she should have screamed like really loud. She should have screamed. She should like really, really like shrieked. If you know what I did last Friday the 13th.
Screw from behind. And so the phone rings, and then I don't know, it's like she gets all freaked out. It's like heavy breathing, and she gets all scared. And so she's on the phone, and again, the door is open.
But wait, she has a Sydney moment. So she gets a call, and she's like, well, what am I doing? How many fingers am I holding up? How many fingers am I holding up? And I was like, is this Scream? Because Sydney did the same thing. She's like, what am I doing? And she was picking in her nose. This is literally a Scream ripoff. They're really biting off the Scream. But it happens. There's another part where it happens too. So I was just like, the director or writer probably really, really loved the Scream movie.
Okay, I can feel that. And so she's on the phone. She's freaking out. She's like, give me my phone so I can call the police. This bitch, he gonna throw the damn phone in the aquarium. When I tell you I wanted to turn the movie off, I was about to turn the movie off and be like, you just go and lead and I won't watch the rest of it. Because that pissed me off. Because not only did he throw it in the aquarium, she's like, get the phone. She acting like she can't reach down there and get it. The phone is just sitting in the aquarium. The probability of your phone working after this is slim to none. Because like maybe a little drop here, maybe a little drop there. It's like at the bottom of the tank.
They're acting like it's the fucking aquarium on Deuce Bigelow. It is a, 10-gallon aquarium. And first she's like, oh, I can't get my sweater wet. This big house has a dryer. I'm pretty sure you can wash, dry, and fold that shit. Your entire outfit you have on, and take it back home with you. And then
before they get back.
Yeah, and then there's another knock at the door, which breaks her. She just, oh my god, I can't get this phone out of the fish tank. Like,
and she's like, you wait here, don't come. He don't listen to a damn thing she says this whole fucking movie. He just following her everywhere. She opened the door. She all scared. Who is it? It's Garrett. Arr! Like, what are you guys doing? She's like, was that you? And he's like, no, I didn't go through the back door. And so that's when she's like, she goes upstairs, she grabs a knife and she's like, I'm going upstairs. Y'all stay here. Here they come behind her. She going to investigate a damn noise. And you see that a brick has been thrown through a random room in the house because they have just empty fucking rooms, and a brick has been thrown through. And she's like, oh my god.
That should have been a hint right there. Like, was the window broken? No, it was not.
There was glass.
Oh, they did break the window?
Yeah, because there was glass on the carpet.
Okay.
They have carpet. So there was glass on the carpet. And so that's when they realized,
oh my god, there's my chair again.
The Wi-Fi in the cell service, the fact that you shrunk, the Wi-Fi in the cell service has been cut off. And so they're checking the computer, they're checking the phones. They're like, oh my god, we don't even see the Wi-Fi anymore. What's going on? So they're all freaked out. And so that's when they head back downstairs. And so Garrett comes downstairs and he's like, you guys look. And the brick has a message on it and it says, you leave, you die. So what does Garrett do? He runs out the fucking back door. And so he's running out the back door and bam, you see a gunshot, you see blood on the snow, and Garrett ain't no more. So mind you, when he's running out of the house, the door is still open. Why have they not closed the door? I wanted to cut this movie off because I don't understand this whole, you're scared, but you're going to leave the door. Like, the door is not unlocked. The door is wide open, people.
Right.
Wide open.
It's wide open like you're barbecuing and you just walked into the house to grab some tongs to get the meat off the grill and then you walk back out. That's how wide the doors open.
Like, very, like, because he ran out. He didn't have to open it. He ran out, he got shot, and it was done with. Okay, so Garrett's dead. And we don't care because Garrett looks ugly. So they go looking for the dad's gun. Luke is like, my dad has a gun. So they go upstairs looking for the gun. They go up to the attic.
Exposition earlier in the movie, she was there when they were watching the horror movie. She was screaming at the TV, at the final girl on the TV, saying, "No, don't go in the attic! Don't go in the attic!" What's the first thing she does? She goes in the attic. They're always running upstairs, like some big breasted girl running upstairs when she should be running out the front door. It's insulting.
They go in the attic. They looking for the gun. She fall out the attic. Them spiders fall on her face. I was like,
yo, it's your neck or a spider. I am scared of a lot of things in this world, but I think dying might be a little stronger. Like, I don't like rats, but I feel if I'm in a life or death situation, I might kick the hell out of a rat to save my life. I'm not just gonna sit there.
There was a scary movie where that happened, where the rats were crawling. What movie was that? I think was that Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I don't know, but the rats were crawling on her, but she was hiding, and so she couldn't scream. And I was like, bruh. Like, and they, because I feel like rats bite. Like, even if they're on a human, they'll just start biting.
They bite and they burrow. They like to look for heat, so that they try to like burrow in your hair and they try to burrow in your crotch, in your mouth, because they're looking for. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't like rats. That's why I hate New York. And so, they find the gun, but the intruder is now in the house. I don't know how he gets in the house, but the intruder is there. Probably because they didn't like any fucking doors. And so they're in the I don't know, what do you look, you just talked about washing and drying. So they're in the utility room. And so
laundry room? What is wrong with you?
I was born in 1952. So
right, what the hell's wrong? It's okay, Grandpa.
This is when I actually felt something with the movie, because did y'all lock my door? And so this baby, they in utility room. The intruder opens the door. They right behind the door. I was like, when I tell you I would have died, and then she talking about, no, don't. I'm like, why are you whispering right now? Do you know how close he is to you? So the intruder right here, they behind the door, he waving the gun. And the fact that he don't, because I don't want to give the killers anything. I don't want to give the killer any, because I feel like the killer maybe listen to the podcast. I don't want to give him any ideas, but I wouldn't have fallen for that. So killer peeps in, he don't see nothing, so he closes the door. So they really freaked out. Now they're like, oh my God. So they run, they wait for him to, I don't know, walk down the hall. I don't know how they know he's gone, but they run into Lucas's room and they hide in the closet.
Here comes the killer. Here comes the intruder, looking all stupid.
Here they dumbasses go. They done hit the toy, making all kinds of noise. She done screamed because she saw a mask in the closet. Just like kill me shit. Like kill me. I was over it. This is when I was ready to cut it off for the third time. And so that's when she looks at the killer and she realizes, hey, Luke, isn't that your hat he's wearing? Then she's like, then he starts scratching and she's like, bitch. She busts up out that closet like the killer ain't got no damn gun in his hand. She's talking about, Garrett, is that you? He's talking about, I was masturbating. And so and so he fires one off in her face like Sydney. And
I would have came once he took that off and I saw it was him, it would have been fisticuffs. I would have been swinging. I'm not turning my back on you crazy ass kids. They're kids, but they can still overpower you. And Ashley was like, oh, hell no. I'm calling your mama. I'm calling the FBI. I'm calling Uncle Sam. I'm calling President Biden. I'm calling Samuel Jackson. Somebody go come over here and regulate all you motherfuckers.
Say President Biden as in Joe Budden?
I said Biden.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you said okay. And that's when Luke is like,
pump it up.
That's when Luke reveals that it was all a prank. It was his way of staging a break-in so he could be the hero and, you know, save her life. And she is like, you pathetic, limp dick, small dick, weak little bony ass bitch. Don't you ever play with me no more. And she, you know, she goes off of him. She swings her hair. She heads down the stairs. He walks up to her. He say, hey, Ashley. He punches her in the tits. She falls down the stairs like Madeline Ashton. He just slaps her. But she falls down the stairs like Madeline Ashton. I'm thinking she's dead.
No, he hits her in the back of the head with the gun.
You sure he did not slap her across the face? I distinctly remember a slap.
Okay, maybe you're right. Because she would have had a wound or something on her face.
Yeah.
He falls down the stairs and he's just looking like he has no emotion on his face. And I'm like, oh shit, Ashley dead.
He's like Anthony Perkins, psycho. And so she wakes up all delirious. She's all duct taped up and he got the gun in his hand. And so it's just him and Gary downstairs and they like, we about to play truth or dare. Bitch, what?
They torment her with the duct tape on her lips and they draw lips on it. First thing that popped in my mind was Charlie's Angels.
I love you for that. Oh, those beautiful lips. Oh,
yeah. Charlie's give us the rings. Give us the rings. Give us the rings.
Charlie's Angels 2. Why are you mixing up 1 and 2? I fucking hate you. And so,
oh, whatever.
Oh yeah, that was 2 because that was the Irish guy. 1 was the guy who danced for some reason.
The other white guy.
Yeah, pretty much. And so that's when it gets really uncomfortable for me because they start playing truth or dare and they're playing truth and they're daring each other and he's like, touch your boob, and it's just he like sexually assaults her and I'm like, this is very uncomfortable. Like, and, you know, she's talking shit to him. She's like, felt like a 12-year-old just felt me up. Like, you know, she's scared clearly because they have a fucking gun on her. But she's also like, I know these kids. They maybe they're just like, you know, she's gonna do some shit once she's let go. But for the most part, she's like not completely believing that they will harm her. I think, you know, I don't know that psychology behind it because I don't like just babysit kids. So I don't know how it feels to like babysit a kid and then they're like holding you at gunpoint. So I mean, So we discover that I don't know, he had her phone in some super rice and now he can use it now because
girl, it had only been I don't know how long homegirl was tied. How long is the parents' party?
That's okay. We have to get there because I mean, damn. So he put her phone in some super rice and now it's working completely. So he texts her boyfriend Ricky to come over, and so Ricky comes over and he got flowers and shit. It's like weird because he asked him to come over, but then he acting like he don't want him there. And so, you know, they have to duct tape her mouth so she can't scream, even though she's screaming, she's jumping, she's trying to get out. She trying to get flashlights to flag the neighbors
Morse
down.
code.
Yeah, she doing all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
So their plan is to give her, they put sleeping pills in the well, not sleeping pills, they put roofies in the champagne, and they want to give that to her so she forgets everything that's about to happen.
And this is always I'm like, I'm checked out. Like,
it's just too much. So anyway, Ricky got some ugly ass flowers, and he like, let me see her. So he's like, okay, well, he's like, she's not here, she don't want to talk to you, blah blah blah, you know. So Ricky like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave the flowers here, and then you just tell her that, you know, I missed her, love her, whatever. He like, okay, put the flowers through the door. You can tell he's a dumbass motherfucking kid. Ricky bum rushes the door again. These are fucking 12-year-olds, and so he's like, where is she? So he rampaging through the house. You know, Garrett up in there trying to keep her quiet so she don't say shit. Bruh. That somehow Ricky man, he like goes upstairs. He's trying to look for her upstairs. Here come it pisses me off because he was dancing the whole time. Here come Lucas with the bat. Bing! He popped Ricky with the bat.
Bopped his ass.
You don't realize you're 12 years old, baby. You ain't got the swing you think you do. Ricky come up. He bopped that boy.
Ricky wasn't giving him the smoke.
He wasn't, because like he was.
Yo,
like,
I would have threw. I don't know. I probably would have threw him in the room and then held the door closed.
You know,
because how was he going to open it? How was he going to open it? Or really, truly, he should have knocked him out. They were play fighting. They were, you know.
He was literally play fighting with him. So he knocks, you know, Luke out a little bit. You know, he has him like, you know, tethered. And so here come Garrett up the stairs with the shotgun, like, I'll shoot you. And so that's when he's like, okay, you know, he puts his hands up.
He should have called his bluff.
He gets on the ground. And so that's when Luke comes and he actually revs up like Ness from Super Smash Bros. And he really pops him off the screen. And so he's all bloodied and bruised. Then he stabs him with the fucking pin on his cheek.
Do you know how hard? No, so when they were tussling, Luke picks up the pin and he stabs him in the cheek with it, and then that's when Garrett
his skin.
And then Garrett comes upstairs, and then so
when he whacks him that good time, it was just so much blood that he
should have been dead.
Yeah, and so they pull him downstairs, and he wakes up. He all taped up.
Do you know how hard it would have been for them to get him downstairs?
I can't imagine how much a 17-year-old...
Then he's wide awake. Have you ever passed out before?
No, I've never passed out. I've never fainted. I've never been knocked out like that.
Okay,
so I don't know how that feels.
I've passed out from dehydration, and I was sick one time. Never from anybody knocking me out, but I'm gonna assume. So when you pass out from like dehydration or whatever, I fell out, but I was up within like a couple of seconds, like 15 seconds of people like shaking me and everything. When you get knocked out, it's not immediate. Like, they would not have, that guy was clearly like 200 pounds. They would not have been able to carry him downstairs. They would have probably had to push him downstairs like they did Ashley. There's just no way. And now both of these two idiots are tied up. Both have duct tape. Ashley and Ricky sitting there side by side looking at each other like two dummies. And Ashley, she managed to pick up a piece of glass
from the champagne bottle.
Yeah, from the champagne bottle. So she's able to basically untie her or cut through the duct tape, but it ain't enough.
Slowly. So I don't even. So anyway, so basically, they take Ricky. Ricky pees on himself.
And they call Jeremy. I'm not sure who Jeremy is. I guess Jeremy was maybe Ashley's
her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, okay, so she's with Ricky now.
They call Jeremy so he can come over. And I don't know why. Anywho, they call him so he can come over. And so in the midst of all this, you know, Ricky's talking shit. So they pull Ricky into the living room.
Foyer.
And they pull him in the foyer. And so they pull him into the foyer. And basically Garrett was smoking weed, and so they get him, they make him smoke the weed because Luke is worried about his parents smelling the weed in the house. So they're like, we got to get the weed in his system. Then he goes upstairs. He ties a paint can to the banister of the stairs, much like if you ever seen Home Alone, like Kevin did with the Home Alone guys. And so he plans on hitting him with the can, which is deadly. It's a fucking paint can. And so
especially if it's full.
Yeah, and so Ashley's in the midst of unhooking herself. She can't get her entire self off of the chair. So she has like her arm still on the chair, which I don't understand this part. I don't understand why she couldn't just like
it looked like a very cheap chair. It wasn't a chair made of metal. Like I feel like
the duct tape ain't that thick. So anyway, she got the chair hanging off of her. She grabs the gun. She's like, let him go, or I'll shoot you.
Yo, I would have shot him.
This boy.
You know what? Hold on. She had time to A, shoot him, to B, jump in the way.
Yeah.
She had ample time to do that, but she was just frozen.
Yeah, she stands there while Ricky is pink. He is popped by this paint can so damn hard. All you see is yellow and red. Like he is dead.
They don't show it to us, because I'm sure it's probably really gross. But I think in my head it looked like a hamburger with a lot of mustard and ketchup because it was yellow paint.
Yeah.
So I think he looked like a burger, like extra raw. Like, ew, who eats a raw burger?
Ew. So I mean, I'm guessing, if we want to get scientific, I'm guessing it hit his nose and I don't know, went into his brain. I don't know. He's dead.
You know how in the movies, I don't know if it was like a Jean-Claude Van Damme or a Steven Seagal movie, but it's like push the nose up, you kind of like push the nose up into the brain. I'm gonna assume something of that nature happened. But it just was.
I know it hurt like hell. So at that point, he comes down the stairs. She tries to shoot him. That's when he tells her, "Oh, my parents keep the bullets separate, so it's been an empty gun this whole fucking time." Now the shotgun's loaded, but the handgun ain't. And I don't know why she didn't grab the shotgun. Anyway, but so then she tries to exit stage left. So she run out the
still door. Open back door.
I'm so fucking over it. Like, I don't know if this is a continuing, like, damn it, I cannot say that word.
Continuance?
Yes, I was gonna continuity. That word. Continuity. There we go. A continuity error.
That
word. But
okay.
she trips over a wire and she sees it's attached to the paintball gun, which is the shot and the blood she saw earlier, which is why she thought Garrett had gotten shot. And so she tries to get up. Garrett tries to stop her. She whip his ass. Like, I'm like, she has a chair attached.
It's a slow fight. Like,
it's
what
the worst fight.
Yo,
like,
right here. Thumbs to the eyes and just squeeze, bitch. Dig it in the nose.
You're a 17-year-old girl. He's 12.
Choke him out.
Like, kick him in the fucking nuts. Like,
send him to sleep. Send him to sleep.
She was acting like she couldn't fight him in the snow. And I'm like, so anyway, she manages to get herself free from the chair, but she's, she makes it over the fence. There are Christmas carolers right outside the house. She tries to run over to them. Bam! Luke done hit her in the head with the fucking brick that we saw earlier, and he hit her so fucking hard the brick broke in half. How this girl is still alive with all these head injuries, I don't want to know.
Head is bumping.
Like, the brick to break in half, your skull is cracked.
She need a BC powder.
So they done tied her up with duct tape and Christmas lights. She on the couch, just no hope in the world. And so that's when she's like, "Oh, bitch, you were never gonna let me go. You were gonna kill me anyway." And Luke is like, "Yeah." So basically, Jeremy arrives, and he's played by Dacre Montgomery.
Sacre bleu.
He's Australian. I hate you. And
I only said that because his name is Dacre. Like Sacre.
And so he show up, and Luke is like,
"Yo,
hey,
wait, time out. Why does he look like Jamie Kennedy in Malibu's Most Wanted?" Who saw this movie and said, "Yes, we want him for Stranger Things"?
I think they saw Power Rangers.
Traffic. Looking for my chapstick.
I think they saw Power Rangers, and that's when they were like, "We want him for Stranger
He was
Things."
in the Power Rangers? Oh, I remember.
He was the Red Ranger.
Okay,
yeah,
calm
the
down.
reboot.
It wasn't all that.
It don't know justice for that reboot. And so, oh oh God, Tommy. See, you just make me sad. And
Only
so
Tommy I recognize is Pickles.
and so he takes him outside and he sits on the swing and he's all like cursing. He's very like, yeah, he is very Eminem coded. He's like, bro, sup, yo. And he's all like, shut up, my neighbors. He's like, I don't give a fuck about the neighbors. I thought that part was hilarious. And so he's like, write her an apology letter for all the things you did to her. And he's like, what the fuck did I do to her? And Luke is like, I don't know, you know what you did. So he's asking him to write an apology letter. So he's working on his apology letter. Luke is outside. And Ashley's inside trying to reason with Garrett. And she's like, look, he doesn't like you. He's mean to you. He's just using you. You're going to get in a bunch of trouble. Like, this guy's dead. And Garrett
he killed your gerbil or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he killed your gerbil. Like, it's just, she's using like a lot of psychology trying to get him, you know, the typical henchman. Like, hey, he don't like you. He's using you, that kind of thing. And she's trying to play to Garrett's conscience because, baby, somebody's dead now. Like, y'all was playing before, but somebody's dead now. So some shit gotta shake.
You're an accomplice, bitch.
And so Garrett begins to help her. And he's like, you know, I'm gonna help you, you know, just, you know, you have to get out of here and you have to run for your life. And so in the midst of Jeremy outside writing this letter, all of a sudden he get a noose hung around his neck. Luke is driving the motherfucking snowplow machine. Or is that just the lawnmower? Anyway, riding lawnmower, snowplow machine, something. He hanging him with a noose. And baby, it is so crucial because I'm like, there were so many opportunities where I thought he was going to live. And I thought it was going to be like, you're like, because they keep playing on the fact that they're kids. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. So I thought he was going to put his feet in the swing and kind of maneuver. I don't know. He don't do that. He is dead as a doornail. He hangs. And so
out of here.
He leaves a note. And so in the you see the note in the snow and you're led to believe it's like, it looks like a suicide note. Honestly, it's like, I'm sorry for everything I did to you. I love you. And you know, it's just sitting there in the snow, which I'm like, why would you leave it in the snow? It's going to get wet. And anyway, I mean, it looks like he wrote it in fucking crayon.
It looked like an Etch-a-Sketch.
So, baby, Garrett is almost untying old girl. Baby, before we know it, Garrett gets blown away into the kitchen. Like, he flies. Luke done shot Garrett. Garrett like, oh my God, help me, I'm dying. He's like, why'd you touch her? I told you not to touch her. At this point, Luke he's been very, like, he's been mostly calm, but kind of immature. At this point, he's unhinged. Like, when they start doing all that screaming and hollering and shit, I don't have time for it.
He's like a sociopath. So
American Psycho. Yeah, like
Garrett,
that whole...
Garrett is sitting there actively dying. He's like, I told you not to touch her, because Garrett apologizes to Ashley. He's like, I'm so sorry we did this. I didn't think this is what was going to happen. And he gives her a kiss on the forehead. And that just sets Luke off. And he just goes crazy, shoots him. He's like, why did you do this? Why did you touch her? I told you not to touch her. And then he ends up shooting him. Yeah. Killing him. One more shot. He's like, fuck! And he starts throwing the gun. He's like, ah!
Yeah.
And then he was like,
he's like, I want my mom. That was so sad.
And he said, I never liked you anyway.
Very like, I'm telling you, once they start, I do not, once these white men start with this whole rah, 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 I'm like, I gotta go.
Rah, 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 out the door.
Like, once they start getting, baby, I really don't have time. I'm not an American Psycho fan. I don't do all that shit. Like, once you start hooping and hollering, I'd rather you just remain Jeffrey Dahmer about the whole situation. Do not start that yelling and jumping down shit. So Luke
that's where they messed up. That's when they mess up.
Yeah. Luke is very fucking unhinged. And so now he just sits with Ashley and, you know, she starts telling him this story and he's like, and I don't know, he's trying to give sympathy and she's just listening to him. She crying. She's like,
so he tells the story about his mom. Mm-hmm. And he says, basically, I have trouble sleeping now. And I remember my mom used to tuck me into bed and she would cuddle me all night and I fell asleep. It was so easy for me to fall asleep and she doesn't do it anymore. And Ashley, hitting him with the reverse psychology again, she's like, I know exactly why your mom doesn't do that anymore. And then
when he freaks out again. She goes straight silent. She don't look at him. She just straight like, and so this is when he starts that freaking out shit again. He's like, tell me. And then, you know, he freaks out for a very long time. And then he stands up and he's just like, oh, you ain't gonna tell me, bitch? Baby, he took out that pocket knife, stabs her in the neck. Ashley gone. Blood all over the floor. Like, blood is all over the floor. And so that's when, again, I don't have time for sociopaths. Like, the psychopath sociopath, he goes full Joker. and he starts cleaning up the mess, or basically he's covering it up. He's not really cleaning everything up. Baby,
you can hear the music in the background, like run, run, Rudolph, Santa's gonna make it to town, and he's just cleaning it up.
He's setting everything up. He's like, he's putting fingerprints on the gun and everything on Jeremy's dead body. Like,
you are 12. Gil Grissom will find you. You are 12. There's no way that you, who has not gone, you've watched a couple true crime documentaries, you're not gonna make it out, baby. They're gonna find you. It's 2017. It's not 1982.
I mean, he is having the time of his life. Like, he wants to be Kevin from Home Alone so badly. So, he's framing everything, cleaning up the crime scene, making it look like it was Jeremy who killed everyone. And so he even brushes his teeth. He gets into his pajamas. He goes to try to put the pencil on his door, because you remember, he's supposed to be asleep. He ain't supposed to be outside his room. And he took his sleeping pill as well. That's noted as well. And so, but the pencil won't stay. So he puts the pencil on the door. Then he goes through the another room in the house, and he goes out on the balcony. While he goes out on the balcony, he accidentally knocks over the deer Christmas lights that are hanging. That's when he realizes, oh shit, my parents done rolled up. The party done finally fucking ended. So the parents, he trying to adjust shit. He literally outside while they arriving. How they don't see his ass? Anyway,
movie trope.
So yeah, he get in bed. He turned on his little what the fuck is that whale noises he listened to?
So it's a fetal monitor. So it is basically what babies hear when they're in the womb. And Garrett makes fun of him earlier, like, you still use this, you fucking pussy. Well, he doesn't say that. But he's like, you're a loser. It's like he has mommy issues. And this is what's making him crazy. Mommy issues is what's making him a sociopath.
Okay, Billy Loomis. And so he pretends to be asleep. That's when the parents come in, they start screaming, they see the whole thing.
The mom comes in, she's like, Casey.
And so she,
Lucas.
She embraces him, she holds him, the police come, and then he finally
gets the cuddle that he has been longing for.
And so he finally wakes up, and they're like, it's okay. And the police are getting the statement from the dad. He's feeling like very proud of himself because he won. That's when all of a sudden you hear downstairs, this one's alive. He looks so defeated in this moment. He looks so defeated.
Baby. I wish it would have been Paint Can Kid.
And so
he looked like
I would have died if it was Paint Can Kid. So you see them wheeling out Ashley, and that's when the exposition lets us know she put tape over the stab wound, the duct tape over the stab wound, and so that's how she remained alive. Mind you, even if she did do that, the blood, like, there was blood, like, she was in a love seat, and there was blood all over the floor, so she lost a lot of blood. The time frame it took him to clean up, get in bed, his parents to come home, and for the paramedics to get there, the fact that she was still alive is completely amazing, because she lost a lot of blood.
Right.
Not to mention all the concussions, but whatever. She's on the gurney. He look out the window. She see him. He see her. She flick him off while the paramedics didn't ask anything. Because, she's literally flipping him off from the window. I'm like,
I'm going to assume maybe she's not really able to talk right now because of this, and she's getting oxygen, but she ready. As soon as she gets to the hospital, I need a pen and a paper.
Right. And so,
But you know what? I guarantee you, the parents that he has, they'll still blame everything on Jeremy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we're led to believe, like, once you get to the hospital, he's fucking over, in credits. But then he's like, Mom, I'm worried about Ashley. Can we go to the hospital?
Credits.
In movie. End fucking movie. And
so did you see the twist coming?
No, I literally thought it was just gonna be a house intruder kind of movie. And then when this shit happened, I was mad for the majority of the movie, because like with the house intruder, I was like, okay, a killer on Christmas, that's cool. Him just being fucking psychotic for no fucking, like, what was the point in all this?
He was psychotic because his mom didn't hug him anymore.
What was the point of all this? You killed this girl's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, your best friend. What was the point?
He just needed a hug from his mammy.
You could have said somebody was bullying you at school and she would have gave you a damn hug. Like, I just don't get the plot. I don't get the point. Like, He was just
crazy. He was just crazy.
Like,
And it was clear that he really wasn't in love with Ashley either. He just like basically his property to own. He didn't care about her because he wouldn't have killed her if he did. He would have never hit her.
Well, I mean, I would argue the fact that a lot of obsessed people do kill the people that they're obsessed with.
That's true.
Like,
if I can't have you, nobody else can. That's
Come on now. You grew up on The Bodyguard as well. You gotta kill them, Frank. You gotta kill them.
I will say, I'm really glad that they did not try to take advantage of her.
Well, I thought that like that's what creeped me out. Like once he felt her up, I was like, okay, this is weird. Like, so yeah. I was never rooting for him. Like, this wasn't even like a scary movie where you could like root for the like villain, because no. I wanted him to lose the entire time. I actually was gonna cuss you out multiple times because A, fuck you for this movie, and then B, I wanted him to lose. And when he started covering up the crime scene, I was like, the movie's almost over. He's about to win. I was getting so mad at you. It's gonna be so mad.
Aww.
Because I did not want him to win.
He was very unlikable. People are mad at me all the time.
Like, he's very unlikable, which pissed me off because I had to look up his little short ass. He was in A Wrinkle of Fucking Time and shit. So I'm like, oh, so you were protagonist and everything else, you bitch. He pissed me off.
Yeah, he there was no redeeming factor for him whatsoever.
Yeah. So,
none.
Great. It was a great twist. It was something that I was not expecting. But fuck him. Fuck him. So if you're looking
and his mama too.
So if you're looking for a Home Alone horror movie, here's your Kevin. Kevin was already an asshole. This guy is just like, oh my god. This is
Psycho Kevin. Kevin. So I would give this movie, my grading scale. I would say a 6.5, but I'm only gonna give it a 6 because there's no black people in it.
They didn't. Yeah, there isn't. They weren't even black people in Christmas carols. Not
a 1.
Okay. I'll give it a 6 as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, that will do it for this episode. It is now your choice.
Mine or the viewers?
I will give time for the viewers to, email us at booshakalakapodcast@gmail.com or hit us up on Twitter X at booshakalakapod and let us know.
Comment on Spotify. You can comment.
Yeah. We'll take any suggestions. I did do a post. Let me check that post and see what people said. Let me check real quick.
I will say that I'm surprised because once I watched this, because it's not only on Amazon right now, but it's also on AMC, the AMC Plus subscription I have to watch Interview with the Vampire. But Jack Frost it's available. Like, I was like, a lot of Christmas horror movies are on Amazon right now for the free. So we do have a lot of pickings.
Yeah, I see Black Christmas.
Okay,
Gremlins.
That's on there too. And
Dark Harvest and Krampus.
There's another Jack Frost too that came out in 2002, but it's like he's like a demon. I mean, not 2002, 2022.
Oh, I never heard that one.
It was just like right under when I watched Better Watch Out. You know how Amazon will be like movies like this, and it was just because there was it wasn't. There's even a Grinch one. Like there's but it's called the bad one or the mean one. There are like a lot of.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that one as well. So out of those, what would you like to review next?
I don't know. I'll have to see. We'll leave it as a surprise.
Oh, all right. So be sure, like you said, to comment on Spotify, email us at Gmail, and hit us up on Twitter X. And we love to hear your criticism. Let us know how we're doing. And we will be back next week with there's no name of the movie. I was just doing that part. I was doing that part in Pootie Tang when Pootie Tang had his new single, and then he started singing. He went like, and everybody was like, "This is amazing! This is the best song I've ever heard in my life." So we'll be back next week with. Hope to see you then.
Nobody likes you.
Well, I think you might be right.
Have a Merry Christmas, everyone,
and a Happy Hanukkah, New Year, Kwanzaa. Bye.